I hope you're not overdosed on ABUS locks yet, because we're not through. We're not to the bottom of that box, and we've got several more. Here's another one. This is a ABUS model 60-50, 50 millimeter wide. Good quality lock. We're not going to be able to shim it for a couple reasons. First, the machining is too tight to get shims in both sides, and secondly, it wouldn't do us any good because the way these are engineered, the pawls, locking pawls, can't move when the locking mechanism is in place. So it's just not going to work. We're going to have to pick this thing. So before we do that, here's the bitting. It's a 5-pin, and this is the Y5 key. It's a miniature version of the Yale Y1. So consequently, we got a little bit tighter keyway, just like some of the other ABUSes, very common. It is a brand new lock, does work perfectly. A little scratched up from rattling around on the bottom of that box, but there you go. Now, I'm going to use bottom of the keyway tension on this one, if I can get it to cooperate. There we go. Now let's talk about fault sets. I've showed you a lot of ways to get your fault set. The first way, of course, I showed you the random, where I'll just put my pick in there and I'll just randomly jiggle it around. On these pins, on 5-pin locks, generally I can hit it pretty quick. And just release the tension and just keep going. And let's see if we can do that real quick. And there, oh, I felt it go, but I accidentally released it. There we go. We got a fault set. So there you go, fault set from picking. That's a little bit slow. We're going to release that. We're going to look at another way. Another way is rocking. If you looked at one of my other videos, or actually in several of the videos, I showed you a rocking technique. Now, we know we're not going to rock open an ABUS, but let's give it a shot. What we're trying to do is not rock it open. We're just trying to get the fault set. So to rock a lock, I just shove it all the way to the rear, apply a little bit of tension, and then I will rock it. Now, that's not supposed to happen, and in fact, that's never happened with me. I've never successfully rocked open an ABUS, so we're going to forget that happened, and we're going to get back to trying to obtain our fault set. I can't believe that. That has never happened in years of doing this. Now it'll probably happen every single time. All right, back to the bottom of the keyway. We're going to rock it, and we're trying to get that fault set because despite what you just saw, we are trying to single pin pick this. All right, we're going to just rock it, trying to find out where that binding pin is. And we don't care where it is, but what we do care about is that very quickly you can see we got our fault set out of the deal. And that's what we're after. Now we can begin picking. There's a third technique, and that's when I'm releasing that. We're going to do it again. And that's when you actually single pin pick. You apply tension and you move forward and you're looking for the binding pin. And just go pin by pin, trying to find it. Well, the problem with high security locks, or actually high quality locks that have real tight specifications, when you put a little bit of tension, it's really difficult to find only one binding pin. You have to, I mean, after all, we're just trying to get that fault set. So why mess around with that? There's an even faster way, and that is we're going to pull one pin at a time. We're going to apply a tension, we're going to put our pick on pin 5, and we're going to push him in and set him. And we got nothing, no fault set. So we'll release that pressure, reapply, put our pick on pin 4, and set him. Nothing. Release the pressure, reapply tension, go to pin 3, set him. Nothing. Release, go to pin 2. Nothing. Release, go to pin 1. Oh, I didn't release, sorry. Release, go to pin 1. And see what we got. Oh. Well, it better be him. And there we go. It is a fault set. So that's how you do it, one at a time. There's only 5 pins, and well, you know, while that took me 30 seconds, it shouldn't take you that long. Okay, we got our fault set. So those are the 4 or 5 different ways to get your fault set, because that is the critical thing to beating any of these locks that contain security pins. And once we've got a fault set, then it's easy from here. We're just going to go to the back. I start in the very back, move forward, and now we're just going to start looking for that binding pin. Get some feedback. Okay, I dropped my fault set. Let's go ahead and rock it and just see if we can't get it again. I find this rocking is usually, at least with the Abises, usually the fastest way to get it. There we go. Now we've got our fault set back. Try not to drop it this time. And normally I go all the way to the back, but I just stumbled upon pin number 3. He's giving me feedback as I was headed for the rear of the keyway. Okay, watch the tension wrench. You see that counter rotation? So let's go ahead, on the way to the rear, we'll just set him. There we go. And let's keep moving to the rear, see if we can find somebody else to pick on. Looks like pin 4 is a good candidate. Got that positive counter rotation. Let me get the pick on the head of 4, and we're going to release tension and set him. Try to set him. Come on. There we go. Well, there we go, open. So it's not that big of a deal. Once you get that fault set, it probably takes longer to get the fault set than it does to pick these things. Now the Abis, as I said, I love these locks because they mess with your head. Unless you know the binding order, and we were very fortunate there. We were right on the binding order, or very close to it. If you hit it off, you're going to have to pick these pins several times. You may pick it, and then as you set another pin, you may pick 3 or 4 of them, and you think you're almost done. As you set that last pin or 2, all of the others will drop and you'll have to begin again. So while it's bad for time if you're in competition, for practice and getting good at picking mushroom pins and security pins, there's no more powerful tool than one of these Abis locks. So if you don't have one in your collection, grab one up and give it a shot. I think you'll enjoy it. Anyway, thanks for your time. Hope I didn't waste it, and everybody be safe, and for goodness sake, stay legal. Thanks.